Welcome back to Sip2Tallys Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and today is mock draft Monday, but on Tuesday. So the way I do it, I do my mock drafts on Monday, but I only bring them, I bring them on Tuesday so I can have a chance to formulate them in a video and explain what I want to do. So I don't just do it and then put it up. So today is mock draft Monday, but the results are on Tuesday. So if you like the video, like the video. If you've not subscribed, do so. And hit that bell so you can be notified when the rest of these videos come throughout the 2025 off season. Let's get started. On two, ready, break. All right, welcome back. Let's get started with today's mock draft. And what I'm going to do with today's mock draft, I'm going to show you all the picks and how and why I did what I did. And then we're going to have a little something extra on the back end to kind of make these picks as relatable and as, in reality as possible. And if you like it, let me know in the comment section. If you don't like it, let me know down there as well. And we won't do it no more. We'll see. But let's get right into the mock draft. All right. You see, I traded with the Denver Broncos. Gave them pick 27 and pick 93 in the third round for their pick number 20. And with that pick number 20, I picked Kelvin Banks Jr., the tackle from Texas, because we need O-line. Y'all know that. We know that. It is what it is. With my second round pick, I took Savion Williams, the receiver from TCU. I feel like we needed a big body receiver to go in that room. And at that pick, he was kind of the best player available. I know we shun away from that in the mock draft stand. We go for certain things, but to me, Savion was the guy there. Now when it gets interesting, I tried to get back into the third round because I gave up my third round pick to Denver. But I had a trade on the block for Mark Andrews, and instead of hitting offer trade, I hit resume draft. And so by the time I could hurry up and hit pause it again, it stopped on the Jaguars. So I offered the Jaguars Mark Andrews for their two picks, for two of their picks, and the thing was green. So I said, well, let me get greedy. I put another pick in there. It stayed green. I put another pick in there. It stayed green. I put another pick in there. It stayed green. So I hit trade, and it went through. So I gave Mark Andrews to the Jaguars, and I got their fourth at 105, at 124, their fifth at 142, their sixth at 181, another six at 193, and a 7 at 222. Now we got a lot of picks already, but we know we're in a point where we could have some big contracts, and we got a lot of young guys to play. Here's an opportunity to get a bunch of young guys on the team and see what happens. So in the fourth round with that pick, I took R.J. Harvey, running back from UCF. Now, our running back room is full, but an injury here, injury there, and we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Now, as long as Derrick Henry's fine and good, we great. But just in case he's not fine and good, the three-headed monster of R.J. Harvey, Keaton Mitchell, and Justice Hill, I could be cool with that, especially paired with Lamar Jackson. All right, next, going with interior defensive line. You saw what the Eagles just did to the Chiefs with their pass rush, especially from the middle. I think Josh Foreman's a guy that could get in that rotation with Travis and Matty BK and those guys and contribute day one. Not saying he can get 7-8 sacks, but he definitely could push the pocket. And he's athletic enough to be a mix between Matty BK and Travis Jones. So I like him at 124. Next, I went and got a corner because we need a corner. We're losing Brandon Stevens. We don't know what we're getting out of Jalen Davis IR. We haven't seen much of TJ Tampa. So picking up Zy Alexander from LSU would help. And according to PFF, that was one of my best picks. It gave me an A-. All right, tight end. Got Mitchell Evans from Notre Dame. We got rid of Mark, so tight end is we need. So assuming Mark is gone from what I did, you would have Likely, Kolar, and Mitchell Evans. All right, Billy Bowman. I got Billy Bowman from Oklahoma next in the fifth round. And this is an attempt to find a true free safety to let Kyle go back and do the things he needs to do. Because we do have some other safeties on the team, but I feel like they're more strong safeties. Bo Braid, Kane, I feel like they're more strong safeties. So Bowman is an attempt to find a free safety and let Kyle be able to do Kyle things, so to speak. And now, Kyle doing Kyle things is an actual term now because of so much stuff that he does. Next, 5th round, we need a backup quarterback because I'm not confident in Devin, not at all. And then Josh is probably my age, so Kyle McCord, who put up a monster year at Syracuse last year, take that pick and let him be behind Lamar and let him learn and compete for the number 2 spot, with Devin. Next, I picked Danny Stutzman from Oklahoma. Now, Trent, we don't know what's going on with Trent, so we just need another body in there to go with it with Board and Malik. I don't know what's gonna happen with those 2 guys, so we just need another body in there to push and make Trent do what he needs to do to stay on the field, because him not playing toward the end of the season, in my eyes, was a travesty. And not necessarily just on him. I think it was on the coaching as well. But we need more out of Malik. But I feel like we need competition in that room to push him. All right, edge, which is something that we all need, and I know everybody would have wanted to see edge higher up. It didn't fall in the cards for me higher up in this draft. So I got Braden Swinson from LSU in the 6th round, and he can add to that room with T-Rob. And I don't know what's going to happen with Van Noy. No, Van Noy's on a contract, if I'm not mistaken. No, Van Noy's not on the contract. Yes, he is, because he's talking about holding out. So he is on the contract, but they talking about renegotiating. But with him, Owe, and all those other guys, just put another guy in the room to fight. You got a decent Isaac that we didn't see much of. Iron sharpens iron. Competition. All right. Taking another shot at safety. Keep in mind, I got a ton of picks from Jacksonville, so don't trip. Achilleano from USC. A guy, again, the same purpose as I picked Billy Bowman. Trying to find a true free safety to let Kyle go and do Kyle things. If we can find a true free safety and let Kyle kind of go back to around the box and then the slide and stuff like that and not just have to be that deep guy, the defense is going to be just that much better. All right, going back to the O-line room. We got Anaje Cornelius from Oregon. Again, we need, and even though these guys say tackle beside them, they can easily pop in and be guard. And keep in mind, don't know what we're going to do with Ronnie at all. So some of these guys could be tackles. Well, one of these guys could be tackles. One of these guys can be a guard. And I think our first pick couldn't be either one. He has the ability to be either one. But again, it's another shot at putting another quality offensive lineman in that room to compete. All right, now it's to the point of the draft where I feel like I got to get Lamar some weapons. If you don't know about this guy right here, please go look him up. I run that Gaston II from Syracuse. Kyle McCord was his quarterback, and Gaston put up monster numbers. He's super athletic. He puts me in the mind frame of likely. And so even if we pick him and the other tight end I had up there, you can have a blocking guy, and you can have a playmaking guy. Kind of what we got already with Likely and Kolar. Keep in mind, for this exercise, Mark's gone. So remember that. But Rondé Gaston is a guy I really, really like. Deontay Thornton Jr. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, this is a local guy. But he's also 6'5". This is another attempt for me to get us a big body playmaker on the edge to go with to complement the receivers we have already. My next pick, LeJontay Webster from Colorado. This is a guy that can be a backup slot guy. I don't know if Zay's going to be primary slot, even though he's our number 1 guy. But LeJontay is a legit slot receiver. All the things that you remember Wes Welker doing, Webster can do. Now, I ain't saying he's Wes Welker or he can do it at that level. I'm just thinking about all those little whip routes, the choice routes and stuff like that. Webster can do that. And he can sneakily hit you down the field too. So this is the part where I'm trying to get my quarterbacks some weapons with Gaston, Thornton, and Webster. And then finishing this thing out, I think it's finished. Yeah, finishing this thing out with Cam Miller, a longer cornerback from Penn State. And again, putting another guy in that cornerback competition, because if somebody goes down, we need bodies. And we also need to figure out what we got in JADIR and TJ Tampa. And that's just more competition on those guys. Because right now, looking at our roster, Marlon and Wiggins. Marlon and Wiggins are the corners. I know we got coming back from injury reserve, but in my mind, Marlon and Wiggins are corners. The third corner is up for grabs, and somebody got to go take it. All right, so I told you we was going to do something a little bit different. Now, yes, you see Cole's name on here, and yes, I asked for permission before I use this, so I got this graphic from Cole from Road Graders to kind of add to what I did with my mock draft. And so what I did was I took the draft choices that I had in this mock draft and put them on the roster so you can kind of see where the competition would be at. At rush in, I put Braden Swanson there. You know, he can go in that room with Owe, T-Rob, Adisa Isaac, Van Noy, Ojabo, and Ham. The competition here, Josh Former goes into the room with Travis Jones, Michael Pierce, Matabike, B. Washington. At cornerback, you see Zay Alexander in there as a third cornerback on one side. You see Cam Miller as a cornerback on the other side. At free safety, I left that top box blank because I don't want to give the notion that one of these guys would come in and start with Bo Braid. So that's why I left Billy Bowman down here. Also got Akili Arnold on the other side. Now, I got him under strong safety, but you know, really I'm looking for a free safety, honestly. So Kyle can go do other things. Exactly. I put Stanley Stutzman in here at linebacker behind Trent Simpson because that's the guy he got to push to be better. Got to push him to be better. And so that's the offensive side of it. Let me show you the defensive side. I'm sorry, that's the defensive side. Let me show you the offensive side with those same guys that I drafted in the mix. And here's the offensive side. I got Kevin Banks at left tackle because we don't know what's going to happen with Ronnie. So as of right now, Ronnie's not on the team. Kevin Banks will be your left tackle, or they will move Rosengarten over to left tackle and put Kevin Banks over here. And then Cornelius could either be a guard or a tackle, depending on how they do it. Cornelius may bump up and be a tackle, and Kevin Banks may take one of these guard spots. But, and keep in mind, we hadn't had free agency either. So we don't know who we're going to pick up in free agency and stuff like that. This is just from the draft picks. Because free agency going to change a lot of draft boards. And we all know that. With wide receiver, you see I got LeJounte Webster behind Flowers and Tez Walker. And on the right side, I got Savion Williams and Deontay Thornton behind Bateman. At running back, you see R.J. Harvey down here. And I think he can jump in and compete with Ali for that fourth spot. And again, even if something happens, like if something happened was to Big Dog, I'd be cool with just to see a Keith Mitchell and R.J. Harvey. R.J. Harvey runs extremely hard and had a lot of production at UCF. Quarterback, Lamar Jackson, Devin Leary. I got Kyle McCord down here to push Devin Leary. Tight ends, I refuse to put these two new guys over Likely and Kolar. And obviously, I got rid of Mark, so that's why it's kind of whited out. But you got Mitchell Evans in the run, they gassed in the second. And that's just wanted to show you guys how the competition in the rooms would look if the mock draft, if the draft went the way my mock draft went. And so that's what I'm going to try to do on a week-to-week basis. Take the guys from my mock draft and put them on the roster so you can kind of see where they would fit in and if they even really had a chance to play and where they would go. But this is Coach Evans with another episode of Mock Draft Monday on Tuesday. But I appreciate you. If you like the video, like it. Any comments, any agreements, any disagreements, put it down in the comment section. And if you've made it this far in the video, put a 9 in the comment section. I want to see who all watched the video all the way through. So I appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace and love.